Skyrim, a return to your roots. We're down at Blackreach, the Crimson Nirnroot. Okay, I didn't really put it. Okay, I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm gonna show you the guy that gives you the quest that gets you down into Blackreach. Okay, with or without the add-ons, at some point the game's gonna force you to go see this guy, or you can just go see him. First time through with actually this time I was doing this video. I was searching for fire salts. That's how I found him. And then you start talking to him, and he gives you this stuff, and the quest will start that way. Or just keep following the main quest line, or you do the add-ons. At some point, you're gonna see this guy, and he's gonna give you the stuff it takes to get down into Blackreach. So that's how you get that. In any footage of how to get down here because I figure if you're down here, you've already figured out how to get down here. Basically, this is part of the quest. Whether you're in the Dawn Guard add-on, the story is going to pretty much make you go to this area in search of the Dragon Elder Scroll. Anyway, the area that I'm in is most likely how you first get down into Blackreach, but if you made your way down here, make your way to the area where I was just at. That door is most likely the way that you came in, and it's the way I came into Blackreach. But there are other ways of getting down here. Okay, if you're on the quest, as far as like going for the Elder Scroll, just do that. Don't really bother with this. But if you feel like getting it done while you're down here, by all means, do so. Okay, but that door we were just at is most likely the way that you've made your way down here into the Blackreach area. Okay, basically, when I first hit this, my first walkthrough through the game, I started this quest. I wasn't on mission, and I was kind of curious to wonder how it works, so I kind of looked it up online, or I did look it up online, and if you didn't make your way down into this area and you didn't get the Dawn Guard add-on, which I can't imagine why you wouldn't because both add-ons are pretty awesome in this game. Anyway, I was in search of fire salts and was reading online this one place, the Spectrum Outpost. It's basically north of the Winterhold College. Had three of them. So that's how I made it out there. But if you progressed in the game and you went to the point where you're taking out the dragons, the one dragon at the top of the mountain is going to pretty much tell you to get the Elder Scroll, which is going to send you out to probably Winterhold, and then it's going to get you to that outpost, and you're going to get the little round sphere thing to open up the doors to get down into this area, and then the blank lexicon, which is not part of the thing, but it kind of decodes the blank lexicon, and you bring that back to them. But nevertheless, once you get down here, this Nirnroot quest will open up once you get in here. And what had happened is I was down here and I found this root, and I was like, oh my god, there's 30 of them. This area is so big. And I basically was trying to find a walkthrough on them, and I just didn't like what I was finding. So I decided to do my own. And the truth is, the inner map, it doesn't help, man. It's just not an easy thing to kind of follow. So the best thing to do is to come in here, no matter how you get down to Blackreach, get to that one door where I was just at. You get to this building. Now, if you collect the Nirnroots, it'll just say you collected them. But if you start the quest like I did here, it'll say, 1 out of 30, 2 out of 30, and so on and so forth. Now, the upside is that there's way more than 30 roots down here. And I did not know this at the time I made these videos. When I first came down here, I saw this one guy was like, just collect 10 or 15, go off somewhere and sleep for 2 weeks, or just, fast forward through time for 2 weeks. And I was just like, No way, man, I ain't into that. And then I caught some other video where the guy wasn't giving commentary, and you're like, you wasn't really sure where he started and that kind of thing. And I didn't like that one either. So I'm like, all right. So I got Serrano with me. I wanted to have a follower. Okay, this is at the tip of the area. Like I said, that building's got the one guy that has the book. You saw the one root in the planter, and that basically starts it off. So from there, we're just gonna follow it around, and like we went out that door off to the right, gonna start collecting them. Now there are enemies out here, so I don't think you're just gonna be able to run around and collect the root. You're gonna come across Falmer and spiders and the flying little bug things with the antennas on them and that kind of stuff. So, and I'm not zinging in and out of the map because, like I mentioned, it's just not helpful. It's not like Grand Theft Auto or something where you can kind of zoom in. You gotta, it's just not beneficial. So the only way to really do it is to kind of just do a walkthrough on it. And it is dark. Can't really do anything about that. I would have thought about it at the time I was making the video. Maybe I would have turned the brightness up some, but basically I'm just going to follow the outer areas, and it is true that the root does kind of stick to the wet areas, but as you can see, not all of them do. So but like I was mentioning, to the upside of this is from what I read, there's 44 plus, whatever that means. Maybe there's 47 or so, I don't know. But by the time I got to 2022 roots, I was starting to think that there was way more than 30 here. And I was like, all right, man, I'm about halfway through the map, and I'm like at 22, and I kind of know where the next 5 are, so so I'm trying to just use the area to the best of my thing. Like, obviously there's the building that started it off, and then I'm going to go to the back side of that. And I wish like the water areas was kind of, there's several different pond areas, and it's easy to get disoriented in this area. So that's why like just chiming in and out of a route, it just wouldn't work, because you'd be like, well, that's all fine and dandy, but how'd you get there? And that was some of the problem I had with some of the videos I found. So I try to cut out as much of the fat as possible, trying to use the landmarks as best. Obviously, you got the little stone walkway here. And the building that we started in, if you're looking at the building, this is like to the right side. You got this little pond area, and you got the waterfalls going on. And like straight ahead, there's like a leveled area that's got some spiders up in there, and that'll be coming up. Okay, now I just loaded up my game because I was kind of curious where you take these roots at the end after you get all 30 of them. It'll tell you to take them there, and I was curious if the quest will start if you go see her first. And I went there, and she just mentions that the guy, the book that we just picked up, she never wondered what happened to him, but like the option never comes up, well, maybe I could look for him or something to that effect. That never really happens. I also seen some videos where somebody said they found one of these red or crimson Nirnroots out in the world, and I've never seen that. The only place I've seen them is down here in Blackreach. So, and Blackreach is quite the size place. So if you're not into actually following somebody's video, I think if you just took the time and kind of looked around, you most likely come across 30 of them. If you just stick to a certain area, kind of that thing. And that was kind of like my focus. But it's easy to kind of like, well, let me go down here, and before you know it, you're kind of off of where you wanted to do. Like I said, it's not just an easy round lake area where you could go around the outer area. There's several different water areas and waterfalls and all that. So, okay, off into this area is where the spider area is, and down in the area, I don't believe there's any roots in that. Like down in there, I don't think there are, but up here, there is now another thing that you might want to think about is when you're down here, hopefully you did, is to have a pickaxe with you because there's a lot of ore veins down here and a lot of soul gem veins as well. So, but if you ain't got a pickaxe, man, don't sweat it. I mean, it'd be nice to collect some of that crap while you're down here, but okay, I haven't mentioned it prior to this, but every time I collect a root, I save the game. Um, Mostly because this game can lock up at any given time, and if you played Skyrim, you most likely come across this problem. Uh, the game just locks up at any given time. There's no rhyme or reason to it. So I didn't want to be like on Route 8 and then the game lock up and then have to go back to Route 4. So every time I collected a route, I'd save the game, cutting all that out. But anyway, I was like, there's a load door here, and I'm like, all right, let me go up. So you're gonna fight, I don't know, a handful of spiders or whatever. Hit the lever, get up to the top, and there's another route up here.
Done and done.
Serana is a badass necromancer. She can get it done.
Where'd you come from?
I don't know where the hell my arrows are going, but anyway, there's another route up here, so make sure to grab that. See, that was like one of the reasons why I couldn't just hop in like by every route and just, the map would not show you, what was going on. So after that last route basically came down, back out the door, and we're going to continue on. So unfortunately with the Crimson route here, basically the only way to really do it is just to go from route to route and kind of just basically keep showing the terrain so you got an idea, where we're at here. So, but on the upside is, like I said, there's way more than 30 out here. So if you kind of miss one that I got, you can't find it, just keep moving on. Because when I get to the end, once I get 30, I'm good. And I kind of point in the area. There's a whole big section that I never really got to, and obviously there's still another 14 or so routes around. So okay, so there's a little farm area down in here, and I don't believe that there's any routes in that particular area. One of the things, and obviously the roots make noise when you get close, but I don't know, it's like the music kind of, there's sound there, and you're like, I must be close, and then you're really not. And you're like, oh, I must be close, I can hear it, but I don't know. There's just a lot of ambient music sometimes that kind of going off, and you think that you're close to the root, and there's no root to be there. So There it is. I heard the music, but some of them are pretty much in plain sight, and the others will kind of work you a little bit. Like, I would have never thought to go on top of that spider building there to look up there for a root, so... Okay, so we're kind of where we started this thing. There was that building. Now I'm going to look around this waterway, which is behind there. I would have thought about it. Obviously, the video is a little darker than I would have liked it, and I would have used the candle power. Kind of brighten up where I'm heading, but I think you guys pretty much get the gist of it. Kind of why I brought Serrana with me. Let her run off and take care of business while I'm looking for these roots. You know, looking back through the videos, using the candlelight power would have been a big help. At least definitely brightened up the video some. Matter of fact, I'm about ready to head back down into Black Reach with Serrana and do this for a second time. But this time around, I'm going to pretty much explore the whole area, mine as much of the soul gem vines as I can find, and any other stuff I can do. Like as far as the Crimson Root quest, once you get it, you're good. You can head out of here and go collect. But there's a big center area in here. It's kind of hard to miss it. There's a big round sphere hanging from the center, and there's a dragon in there. And this time when I was down there, I don't know if I was close enough or if I wasn't using the right shout, but you need to use the Unleash Force, and that's going to spawn off a dragon. So I'm going to go down there and do that, and I'm pretty much going to search the whole Black Reach area. But there's a bunch of farmer down here. There's some Dwemer automations and that kind of thing, and one of the things, guys, the lady that takes these Nirnroots for you, that ends the quest, she also has like another mini quest that you need to the Jersey Bearing or the Jersey Bay grapes. Nothing over there, so I came back. A couple minutes. She's just like, she says she's exhausted and she could use some help, and she needs 20 of those grapes. Jumped onto the pipes and just keep working around the water edge. Maybe before you go there, you might want to find 20 of those and kill a couple birds with one stone, so to speak. And these is just one of these times where I can hear it, our next but I can't find it. Alright, I believe that's going to be 15, and we're going to go ahead and break the video here and come back with the next 15. Again, save a lot, save often. This game can lock up at any given time. Alright, we'll see you on the next set.